California Governor Gavin Newsom says he's willing to help mediate negotiations between Hollywood studios and actors and writers. Officials say he's reached out to all sides of the strike. However, the studio executives, actors, and writers have not yet shown any interest in involving the Democratic governor in their talks. Joining us now is Melanie Mason. She's a senior political reporter covering California politics for Politico. Hey, it's so good to see you. I know you.
Yes, nice to see you too.
Tell us a little bit about just how big of a blow has the strike or strikes been to California's economy?
I mean, we've already seen it be a big blow. So Film LA, which is an office that basically handles all of the permits for shooting in Los Angeles, has said that there are 0 scripted television shows that are being shot this week. Whereas this time last year, there were dozens and dozens. We've seen a 28% decline in shoots in the last quarter. That wasn't even including the actor strike, just the writer strike. And we know from the past that there can be a huge chunk taken out of the California economy. The last big writer strike reports found that about $2.1 billion were lost in the California economy because of that strike. So it's a big deal.
Yeah, that impact, shows you that this is not just the governor trying to get popular or political, that this is something that's impacting his state's economy. So what impact could a governor have in those mediations?
I think that's still very much to be determined. It's been interesting to hear what Governor Newsom has been saying about these talks. He has said that he is willing to get involved when both sides ask him to come to the table. And I think that that's key because if you contrast that with some other Democratic politicians, for example, the 3 members of Congress who are running for U.S. Senate here, they have very clearly sided with the unions, with the actors and the writers on this. They're on the picket lines. But what we're seeing from the governor and also from LA Mayor Karen Bass is kind of a more neutral position. I think that they are trying to preserve the ability to step in as mediators if they're asked. They have friends on both sides of the bargaining table. And so I think by keeping that rhetoric somewhat cool, not siding one way or another, they're keeping those options open should they be called in by both sides to help out.
That makes me wonder what risks would exist for a Democratic governor if he's not so clearly stating a side and taking the side of the unions. Are there risks if he fails to either side of the strike or to Newsom himself?
I think that right now there's very little political upside to diving into these negotiations while the 2 parties are so far apart. Because if anything, he tries to get involved and can't hammer out a deal, he looks a little bit weak. But if we see this strike drag on months into the fall, into the winter, and we start seeing ripple effects into the economy, where you see, for example, the caterers, the dry cleaners, all of the other businesses that are affected by this shutdown, if they are starting to feel the pain, I think that's when you see the pressure really ratchet up on politicians like the governor to get involved. So I can understand why he's playing it cool now, but if the economic pain continues, there's going to be pressure for him to get involved.
And tell me about how widespread that pain is, because I'm thinking, there's so many Hollywood productions that are happening across the country. This is not just Hollywood where the studios are. This is, in the South, this is New Orleans, this is probably South Carolina. How big is the economic impact for the rest of the country?
Absolutely. What we've seen is other states have really tried to step in to, take filming from California. So states like Georgia, for example, New York State. And so, the economic ripple effects absolutely extend to these places that were giving away huge tax breaks to studios to come and film. We see that production shut down. There's obviously going to be some domino effects. But I think because in Los Angeles, because in California, this is such a signature industry, the real epicenter is here. And of course, so many of the players are based here, both the unions and the studio executives. So I think the action really drills down to what's going on in Southern California.
All right, Melanie Mason, it's good to see you. Hadn't seen you since I was living in Sacramento. Thanks for joining us.
Great to see you too.